Hi everybody, welcome to Garden Hauling. Thanks for joining me today. So, I am in my backyard garden and I am getting ready to plant some sweet potatoes. Now, I know this is not the best site in the world, and as a matter of fact, I have plans to brighten this area up. I don't know if you have areas in your garden that needs brightening up, but I'm going to show you in a future video how I intend to brighten this dull looking spot in my backyard. But for now, this is the area where I am going to plant some sweet potatoes. This is my neighbor's barn, and I think this is a good area to plant my sweet potatoes. It does get a lot of sunshine. Today I am going to plant some Beauregard sweet potatoes, and I normally love to plant those every year, and I try to set some of my sweet potatoes aside so that I can use them for the next year. And that's the good thing about sweet potatoes. You can save some sweet potatoes and then use them next year to grow more sweet potatoes. So how good is that? But for some reason, I had no sweet potatoes to grow more sweet potatoes this year. So I had to end up going out buying some sweet potato slips from one of my favorite online nurseries. So I'm going to show you the sweet potato slips that I received from them, and then I bought some of the same Beauregard sweet potatoes from my local nursery, and I want to show you the difference in the two. So let me get started, and I'm going to show you how I plant my sweet potatoes. So these are the ones I got from my local nursery, and they are root bound, but these are potato slips just encased in soil. When you buy them from the online nursery, you get them like this. So I received mine in a bundle like this, and they were very well preserved, you know, so that they would be in good shape when I received them. So these are ready for planting. You can see the roots here. They're not encased in soil or anything. These are just ready to go into the ground. They did look a little rough around the edge, but even though they look that way, they're fine, perfectly fine to sow in your garden or your container. I have 2 grow bags that I'm gonna grow these in. I wanna talk a little bit about the soil. Sweet potatoes like to grow in loose, fertile, well-draining soil. And the reason they like to do this is because this makes it easy for them to grow, you know, and to spread out. Sweet potatoes also like full sun, and I thought this area would be a great place to plant the sweet potatoes in, because this area back here by the barn gets a lot of sun. This is a container that I'm going to grow my sweet potatoes in. I have already amended the soil with compost. The soil is nice and loose, and this is what the sweet potatoes are going to love. So what I'm going to do now is just add me some granular fertilizer in here. And read the directions on your fertilizer container so that you'll know how much to add into your container. I usually just put about 2 handfuls of fertilizer in here. And then the next step is just to mix it up in the soil. So I'm gonna sow my sweet potato slips in this container here. Now I do have another container that I'm gonna sow the store-bought sweet potato slips in. They should be spaced 12 inches apart, but obviously I can't do that in a grow bag. So I will space them as far apart as I can. So I have made 3 holes, one here, and one here. Now when I sow my sweet potato slips here, I'm gonna sow them right up to here, to the top of the roots. Just put it in. Mash it down, and it's just that easy to sow sweet potato slips. Press it in, and I got one more here. Cover it up, and that's all there is to it. The next step is just to water it in. So after you sow your sweet potato slips, you want to water them every day for at least a week, because they really need that water. And then in the second week, water them every other day. And then the third week, then you can just water them once a week. But it all depends on your climate that you're living in, you know, like how hot it gets. It also depends on what kind of container you're gonna grow your sweet potato slips in. Now I'm growing mine in grow bags. So grow bags are very porous and they do dry out faster than other containers. So I would probably have to water these more than once a week. So it's up to you to check your soil to see how dry it is, because you don't want it to dry out, because your sweet potatoes do need water in order to grow. Okay, so these are done. Now it's time to plant these. So I'm gonna plant these in another grow bag. So these are gonna be planted right here. I'm gonna sprinkle some fertilizer here. And this is just Biotone organic fertilizer. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I just like their products. And this is a starter fertilizer. So then I just mix it up in my soil, and this soil has been amended with compost already. And this soil is so nice and rich with compost, and my sweet potatoes are gonna love this. Now when I plant these, as I mentioned, I'm gonna plant them right here at soil level. Sweet potato vines are going to trail over this container. Now you can trellis them if you like and let them grow on the trellis, or you can do like I'm going to do and just let them trail right down here on the ground, and they'll be just fine. And you can heal these up. Okay, so all my sweet potatoes are planted. These do not have mulch around them. And these are the store-bought ones from my local nursery, and these are the slips that I ordered from online. And then these are some that I planted yesterday, and I also put some mulch around it. The only thing with mulch is you want to make sure that it's not smothering your plants. You want the roots, you want them to be able to get some air. Completely covering them. Personally, I don't use mulch around my sweet potatoes, but I just wanted to show you how you can do it to help retain the moisture in your soil. Well, I am done planting my sweet potatoes. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.